Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a tutorial using the Wet n Wild Au Naturale palette, and this is the one in Nude Awakening, and there's also another palette. This is about $5, maybe a little bit less than $5. I think this might be exclusive to Walmart. Hopefully maybe they'll expand later to Walgreens like they have some of their other products that were supposed to be exclusive to Walmart. But I have been wanting to pick up this palette. Every time I've been to Walmart it's sold out, and finally I saw that they had it online, and I was buying a couple other things to later do some swatches for you guys, and I was like, I might as well just, you know, throw it in the bag. So I picked this up and I wanted to do something a little bit more smokier for you guys since my last look was a little bit more chill, a little more simple. But I'm actually pretty impressed by this palette. I'm impressed by the pigmentation and the blendability, especially like the pigment shade in the middle of my eye. I was really impressed. I didn't even need MAC 6 Plus for that. But anyway, if you guys want to see how I got this look with like about $5 palette, $5 eyeshadow palette that I really like, I think you should definitely pick this one up. They also have another one. I'm curious to pick that one up, but I love the maroony, this like maroon burgundy shade, Oxblood shade really got me. Definitely just want to like slather this all over the lid. But if you guys want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. So the first shade I'm going to take is number 6. This is kind of like a cool tone shade, and I'm going to use a Sonia Kashuk 109 fluffy brush, and I'm just going to use this as my transition shade. So I'm going to put this all around my crease, and I already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Then I really want these eyeshadows to pop, so I'm actually going to go ahead and take the NYX eyeshadow base in the shade Milk. I want these shades on my lid to really enhance them. If not on their own, that's fine, but this is a really inexpensive eyeshadow base. Then I'm going to go ahead and take shade number 7. This is a deep maroon shade and a pencil brush, and I'm going to add this on the outer and inner corner of my eyes. So just add a little by little. Don't add too much because you don't want to take over the middle of your eyelid. You really just want this on the outer edges. So just add little by little the intensity that you'd like, and then I'm going to take kind of like a flat shader brush, and I'm going to use this to add that shade to my crease to kind of connect, still leaving the middle part empty. Then I'm going to go in with a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to start blending. So that's why add a little bit less than you think you're going to need, because then you're going to blend it out further. And just use a little strokes to blend this out. Take your time. Don't do large strokes all over the lid. The secret to this type of look is little strokes. Take your time. Add product as needed. And then honestly, a lot of this is just going back and forth with the pencil brush, adding and blending, adding and blending. And it's looking a little crazy. That's how smoky eyes look. Even me, I'm just like, whoa, okay, should I keep going? And just keep going with it. Just keep adding shades. Then I'm going to go in with shade number 10 and another clean pencil brush. I'm just going to add this to the outer and inner corners of my eye a little bit further. This is just going to give it a little bit more smokiness and intensity. In this you want to add a little bit less, and then going in with another clean, keyword clean, fluffy brush. The cleaner the brushes, the more brushes you kind of use. You can wipe them off and then blend small strokes. The easier this is going to be, and it's still looking funky. That's how smoky shades are, and halfway through I'm like, oh god, should I keep going? But just keep doing it, because mama ain't raised no quitter. So then I'm going to go back in with that NYX shadow base in the shade Milk, that white shade, because we added a little bit of smokiness onto the lid, and I really just kind of want to clean it off. You can even use concealer for this part if you don't have that shadow base, in preparation for our lid shade. And then I'm going to go ahead and just blend that out with my finger. You can blend it out with a brush, or you can blend it out with your finger. With your finger is probably going to be a little bit faster. And then we will go in. I was actually deciding which shade I wanted to use. I was like, I could use a pink shade, but I wanted to go in with shade number 4. This is a little bit more peachy, and a MAC 242 brush, any flat shader brush. But I was pretty impressed by this pigmentation, and I like the peachiness with this type of burgundy. I think those are really complementary. Something a little bit different. And I'm adding it to my other eye, and I actually went back in with some MAC 6 Plus to intensify it, but without the MAC 6 Plus, I think the shade is really beautiful on its own. Smoky, or just a daytime look. Going back in with that pencil brush and just adding a little bit more of that maroon, blending in the lit shade and the maroon shade, and as you can see it's coming together. So if you're second guessing yourself, just keep going until you kind of get something like this, and just play with it, round it off, add a little bit more of that smokiness, and blend and blend and blend. Then I'm going to go in with a Sonia Kashuk. This is kind of like their crease brush, and blend out even further, just little windshield wiper motions. I don't want a super big fluffy brush to spread out the shade, just around that area. I added Koko lashes in the style Queen Bee and my NYX matte liquid liner. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that Sonia Kashuk covered up concealer. This is really great for those of you who have blemishes and maybe you want to use a lighter foundation, or in general if you don't want to use too much foundation, go in first with concealer to cover up those blemishes rather than layering on the foundation on top. And so just adding that, and I actually really like that Real Techniques. This is actually, I think, like their blending brush, but I love it to add concealer on the face, and I think it blends it out really nice because it's a synthetic brush. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation. I'm in the shade C4. This is like my favorite foundation. I love it, especially in the summertime, because it's really lightweight, and if you are like me at the moment and you have a lot of blemishes, go in with your concealer first so you don't really make it feel heavier than it is. Just going in with my damp beauty blender and just blending that out. I love the beauty blender and this foundation together. If you are someone who has been craving that Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, but you're not about to spend $62, try the True Match Lumi and you can live on just as well. Then I'm just going to go in with my NYX HD Concealer in the shade Light, and I'm going to place this to highlight my under eyes, and then as well as I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, Cupid's bow, and on my chin. This is a shade or two lighter, nothing too intense of a highlight. And then I'm just going to go in with that beauty blender and blend it out. I just like the beauty blender in general, so I don't have to go in with another brush and another brush and another brush. It's just like one tool that you can use for multiple purposes, and you have less brushes to clean later. So make sure it's damp to really help you blend out that product as easily as possible. And then I forgot to take a screenshot of this item, but to set it, I'm using the NYX HD powder, NYX HD setting powder in the shade Banana, and I'm going to use that to set my under eyes. And then I'm just going to go back in on the other eye and blend that out with my beauty blender, and quickly right away use that NYX HD setting powder. And I'm actually using, I love this brush, this is the e.l.f. This is like their pointed, I think this might be like their pointed foundation brush, but I love it for underneath the eyes. Going in with L'Oreal Voluminous pencil, carbon pencil. I love this one to line my waterline, especially if you are a contact lens wearer. I love this for the waterline. You can't always use every single pencil for the waterline if you have contacts, because it transfers and then you got like these black spots all over your eyes, splotches. It's the worst. Going back in with that burgundy shade from the palette, and I'm just going to use this for underneath my eyes to kind of blend out that pencil a little bit. You can add a little bit on top to set it, but mostly just to kind of smoke it out on the lower lash line, since this is going to be more of an evening smoky eye look. I'm going to go in with that shade 2. This is a really like glittery lighter pink, and I'm going to take that and put that into the inner tear ducts of my eyes. And I actually like it because it's not straight on glitter. A lot of shadows like this in drugstore palettes are straight on glitter, but I just love it. It has some color and some pigmentation. Then I'm going to go back in one more time in that first shade, kind of like a matte highlight, and put that underneath my brow bone to highlight underneath my brow bone. I like that it's a little bit more matte and not too glitter. You can use that same inner tear duct color, but keep it simple. Taking the MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium and a dual fiber brush just to pat and set my foundation. And then I'm going to go in with the Essence bronzer. I did a review and demo on this. I will link it down below if you're interested. And I'm going to use that as my bronzer today. And I'm using the Morphe E4 brush. Really soft and fluffy. I love this. If they've been on sale, so if you can get your hands on it and it's still available, get it for an even cheaper price. So just using that to bronze up my face, add some dimension, add a little bit of color. You can stop at bronzer, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Catrice Cosmetics. This is their contouring powder. And this is in the lighter shade. I'm a Sonia Kashuk definer brush, and I'm just placing this product. This is more for precise placement, and I really want to define my face, especially with a smoky eye. Really get some definition, really go for it. I really like this technique in general because I do have a round face, so I really like to slim down the face and add some more definition. And because I don't want harsh lines, I'm going back in with the E4 brush, no additional product, and further blending out that contour, just so it's a bit of a smoother application and not just like a harsh streak line across the face. Then I'm going to go in for blush, and I'm going to use the Milani blush. This is their flower blush, and this is in the shade 01 Romantic Rose. And I'm going to go in with a Morphe brush, I think this is M530, and I'm going to add that. I actually really like this for blush and bronzer, contour. Oh, I love this blush so much. And if you really need something for a highlight, just kind of pinch it. You can do so much. Choose what you want to do with it. Adding that on my cheeks. Then I'm going to go back in with that dual fiber brush and blend those two products together and blend my bronzer and my face powder, just so, you know, it doesn't look choppy and weird and, you know, all that stuff. Going back in, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild highlight. This is in the shade Hollywood Boulevard. It actually has a new name because I guess it's no longer associated with the Fergie line. But if you see the gold shade, going in with my Morphe M510 brush, and I'm going to add that as my I love this highlight. Really nice golden highlight, and especially if you are a tanner, I think this is going to go really well with your skin. I've got some color, so I really like it. So just adding that to the high points of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, and my Cupid's bow, wherever you choose to add some highlighter, go for it. Then I went ahead and I actually combed my hair for you guys and added a nice shirt. And I'm going in with Colourpop's Beeper Liquid Lipstick. I have fallen in love with this liquid lipstick. I tried it before. I was like, oh, whatever. But I feel like I kind of want it. I like it on its own. But for my skin tone, a little bit lighter, I was like, I kind of want to lighten this a little bit. So I went ahead with the shade Midi, which is a really, really light shade, and just kind of mix those two together to make my perfect type of shade. I love these. If you are a tanner, a Beeper on its own is beautiful.